again, Nile fans, here we go. What I'm looking at here is a way to play some of Nile's music, in more accurate terms my interpretation of a style that's similar to Nile's. And there's some great instrumental tracks on here of YouTube, of She, Sister Sledge and other great tracks, and I thought it would be fun to play along with them, not just sticking to the same familiar chord structure all the way through, but to see if you can build up some sort of a groove and to get some sort of flavours in it and different voicings and just a little bit of different emphasis. And somebody was asking me about the different chords which I'm using in this one here, particularly Good Times. Now you're familiar, I presume, if you've already studied this song, with there's 4 main chords in it. 1, which is basically a bar on 7 and string 2 on 8 and string 4 on 9, and then keeping your bar on 7, and you've got string 2 on 10 and string 3 on 9, sorry, string 4 on 9. Then you've got a bar, we've got bar on the top 5 strings and you string 2 on 8, and finishing off with a bar on 5, and you've got counting them down, you've got string 2 on 6 on 7, string 3 on 6 and string 4 on 7. Alright, so you've got 1, 2, 4. Alright, what I'm using basically, let's substitute chord 1 for a start. Alright. All I'm doing is I'm taking the basic principle of it, but I'm doing it in this sort of style that makes you can strum it and slide up a little bit. So I've got string 1 on 7, string 2 on 8 and string 4 on 9, but all I'm doing is angling my fingers down gradually so that string 3 is dampened. And I'm also pushing if you can see this finger, I'm pushing it slightly up just so that it'll dampen string 5 as well, so that when you and of course with Nile's style where he's not strumming all 6 strings, he's just been selective about, in this case, just strumming the bottom 4 or 5 strings. This is a little device you can put your little finger on string 1 and 2 on fret 10. So that's your substitute for chord 1. Now for chord 2, that one, you've got what I'm doing here. This is like I've stolen this off one of Nile's other hits, which is Notorious by Duran Duran, and so I'm doing you're familiar with Notorious. And all I'm doing here, but this is top 4 strings on fret 12, and I'm basically then on string 2 on fret 12 and string 2 on fret 13 and do it. And that's that sort of Notorious type of groove, but I'm doing it in the rhythm of this one. I'm doing it sort of. Takes a little bit of practice to get it. I'm sort of aiming for, and I'm finishing on that one, and then I'm sliding up here. I've got a top 4 strings on 10 and top 3 strings on 11, just sliding it up like that. What we're doing then for chord 3, you've got an alternative, which is, some people play it this way, and that actually it might be on the original studio version. It sounds like this chord, which is bar on 5, and you've got strings 3 and 5 down on 7, like that. Or you've got the other, this chord position here. If you're not familiar with this one, I use this quite a lot. It's a great chord. You can just grab your guitar net instead of bothering with a very intricate position. And this one, for example, looking at this position here, is string 2 on 10, strings 3 and 4 on 11, and string 5 on 12, and you just dampen strings 5 and string 1. Basically all we're doing here, it's very simple. This is just the same chord as this one here. This is your standard chord number 4 in the good times groove, which is your bar on 5 here and that. But all you do, if you want to use this device for transposing chords up and down the neck in future, keep your third finger where it is on that chord and move it up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then form the position I just shown you. And that is the same chord, just as this is the same chord. It just means you can play it higher up the neck with a little bit of a different emphasis. Okay, so you've got sort of 4 different chords. So if I'm playing it a different type of arrangement. So there's a different idea there. All we're doing is, you know, sort of trying to different what to the audience is sounding a different way of doing the groove. Another alternative which I've got, this is a great funky chord here, and all I'm doing in this instance is holding down top 4 strings on 9 and top 2 strings on 12. And what I'm trying to do here is, you know, Another One Bites the Dust, which Queen obviously sampled the bass riff, and it's sort of like. So this one here, all I'm doing is using this same chord position here, starting it down here with the bar on fret 7, and all I'm doing, moving it up 2 frets, and you're familiar with this bar shape I already shown you here on frets 10 to 11. And same chord position here, just on bar on top 4 strings on 12 and top 2 strings on 15, and then moving it down 1, 2, 3 chords for that one. So my advice is just when you like these sort of great sounding chord shapes, just try them. See, that one doesn't work, that doesn't go in sort of harmony with the groove and the other chords, but that one does, so I'll keep that one. And you could also just start a fret before and slide up. Right, so there's a few different ideas in there for you to try and get a sort of a different groove going with funky guitar. And another one, there's some favourite chord shapes that I like to play about with. One of them is this, where I've got a bar with my third finger on the top 3 strings on 12, and then I've got string 4 on 11 and string 5 on 12. String 6 is dampened. So that's a great choppy funky sounding chord, and again you can slide that up and down. What I'm doing, you can do this with a sort of alternative to playing chord 4 in the good times groove. You can just play it without the bar this time. I've got, to break it down, I've got string 1 on 5, string 2 on 7, string 3 on 6 and string 4 on 7 for that nice. that one. Great, so that's just a few ideas for you. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye now.